Hey you guys, welcome back. It's Alysa here. Hello, 大家好，我是骑士文. Today I am in beautiful Shunde, Foshan, and I'm just checking out this cool new area. I found this pretty painted wall, and today we're going to go over some of the questions that you guys have been asking and waiting for in our Q&A video. So welcome back, and by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alysa. I am a half Polish American who grew up right here in China, and on this channel we talk about cross-cultural adventures, third culture kid stories, and everything related to travel and cultural differences, which I find so fascinating. So welcome back, and let's get started. So to get you guys caught up, a lot of you have been asking what have I been up to these past few years. So let's start with that. In about 2023, I started doing a lot more projects on my own. Instead of having a more stable income, I moved into doing more of my own projects and working independently, which if anyone has freelanced before, you know how scary that can be. But it was a lot of fun at the same time because I started working with the Reason I Live Here team. I started working with the Reason I Live Here team in 2023, and we did our first project filming the lovely Belgian family in Guangzhou. I don't know if you guys saw that episode, but it was such a different experience. I loved working with the Reason I Live Here team, and I worked with them starting in 2023 up until about 2024. They just started doing less projects in China. So naturally, like, my cooperation with them kind of dwindled off from there. If you guys want to know more about what it was like working with the Reason I Live Here team, let me know in the comment section because I would love to do a video on that, about the experiences I had while working with them and the different kinds of people that I met while we were doing those projects. Let me know in the comment section. So yeah, now I am working full-time in media and of course continuing to doing like translation, localization work. There's just a lot of different projects going on at once. Yes, it does feel a little bit risky. Yes, you do get a little bit scared of not having stable income, but at the same time, it gives me a lot of freedom and a lot of space to explore and practice my creativity. Now we have our next question from James Lee 3521. Hello, James. Thank you for your question. What was your favorite part of growing up in Guangzhou? Okay, I actually made a whole video about that, so you guys can check that out at the link over here. We go into all the details of what it was like growing up in Guangzhou, some things that I loved, and then we have another video going to the things that I didn't. So check out the things that I loved about growing up in Guangzhou. Check out that video first. We have our next question from Long Sim. Hello, Long Sim. Thank you for your question. Asking, you have given us life moments in China by a foreigner who grew up in the country. Perhaps you could let us know what you think would be a future in China and from your perspective, how life would fit up your plans in a changing China in the future. Okay, that's actually a really good question. Even after being here for 25 years, yes, I still don't have a green card. I still do not have like real immigrant status here. I'm still on a visa. That's just where the policies stand right now. So logically, I don't see how, for me personally, I could be setting up a life here. And I think that's also why I'm not thinking so much about what China would be like in the future, because I don't think that that future in China has me in it. I know that sounds really sad. It does sound really sad, but we have to be realistic. We have to be realistic. China is not an immigrant country, and that's just the way that things are. It's been raining the past few days, but it looks like today there's no more rain, finally! Okay, Raphael Chan. Hello, Raphael. Thank you for your question. Raphael Chan asks, that ending in Cantonese, was that you speaking, or was it another voice dubbed in? So to answer that question, Raphael, yes, that was me speaking. I speak only the most basic Cantonese. I have tried, trust me, I have tried to learn Cantonese. Like, we were living in an area when I was growing up that was all also 外地人. Like, they were not from Guangzhou. They were people from other cities, and so a lot of the neighbors and friends that I had growing up, they were actually not Cantonese, and I didn't have that much of a Cantonese environment. I think that if I had been growing up in Yuexiu or maybe Liwan, I probably would have had a lot more Cantonese input, but yeah, that is probably one of my greatest regrets, is that I did not learn fluent Cantonese as a kid, because growing up, it's just so hard. And if I went to local school as a kid, I think that would have helped my Cantonese a lot. But because my schooling was all in English, that's why now my Cantonese sucks. I remember thinking about it when I was younger. I was like, should I learn Cantonese? And my dad was like, no, stick with Mandarin. Like, that's the language that the whole country is speaking. Like, you need to master that one first. And now that I've mastered Mandarin, I just find, okay, maybe not mastered. Mastered is a very strong word for a language like Chinese, which is just so, I don't know. I feel like even a lifetime will not enable me to master Chinese. But Cantonese is like a completely different language. It is so difficult to learn. And the words are so different, but then a lot of the characters look similar. So I find it extremely difficult. I've taken courses in Cantonese. Nothing is sticking in. I'm telling you guys, I have no talent for languages whatsoever. No talent at all for languages. The fact that I still speak English while speaking Chinese at the same point is already impressive enough to me. And on that topic, we have a question from Wanda, Hong Kong. Hello, Wanda. Thank you for your question. And Wanda is asking, you said your mom is from Poland. Can you speak Polish? Same thing, you guys. No talent for languages. My mom only spoke English at home because my dad didn't speak Polish. And sadly, I didn't learn Polish. Now, I've tried learning Polish again as an adult, and I still plan to keep learning Polish. But you guys, Polish is the most difficult language on earth. Okay, ask anyone who studied Chinese and Polish. I bet that they would all say that Polish is way harder than Chinese. It's a crazy language, and I think I'm gonna have to physically spend some time in Poland to really get that immersion and be able to even start speaking the most basic Polish. But I am trying. I'm trying. I know you guys are ashamed of me. As I said, no talent for languages at all, okay? I'm gonna take you guys with me. We're gonna walk and talk for a bit, but you guys have let me know in the past that this camera is so wobbly, so forgive me if it gets super jittery. I'm currently checking out this place called Alysa. So this is like a really new area in Shunde, and I haven't really explored it before. We're just gonna check it out today. Apparently it's like the place to be in Shunde these days. But I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old because I like never go out. I don't know what are the places to be anymore. I just know my old haunts, you know what I mean? Bike fight going on. It's me. Or are the colors of this van a vibe? There's construction going on right now, but then there's also like some kind of a fair happening at the same time. People are like buying stuff. Yeah, just China things. Seems that they're having some kind of an event today. That's pretty cool. I don't really know what's going on here, but it looks fun.
我就不会给来。
Yeah, to decorate your room.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm gonna try to put the ink on this room.
Oh, okay. Is it enough?
Yeah.
Enough?
You need to brush.
Okay. And just put more until I get enough, right? Are you all the same company here?
Yeah. Yes. This is called Wood Village.
Wood Village?
Include eight brands.
Oh. All in Shunde?
Yeah. No, we the original company established from Hangzhou.
Oh. But you didn't come from Hangzhou today?
Yeah.
No?
We come from Guangzhou.
So you traveled to be here?
出差？
Oh.
We come.
所以你们公司在温州是吗？哦，那好像这个活动还是挺大的一次活动。
是。
这3天是吧
6天。
哦，6天。
下个周末也是。
哦，okay. So I just any way that I want.
Yeah.
Like this. Oh, I'm worried that it's going to rip. Ooh.
two hands. Like two hands.
Yeah?
Fingers here, 5 fingers.
So pretty. Thank you.
就等它干吧。
Okay, you guys, so sorry. I actually got really distracted because that market was so cute. I just spent so much time going around that market and checking things out. But we're back. Let's finish the Q&A session for today. So some people were asking, user VV71R was asking, how is she not tan from being in China the whole time? Well, that's a funny question. I didn't think that people thought that living in China will automatically make you tan because there's still a lot of like really pale people here. It really depends on where you live in China because China's huge. I find that people who live more towards the west, like if you're in Yunnan or if you're all the way in the south, like Zhanjiang or somewhere like that, you're more likely to get a tan. But for me in Guangzhou, it's not happening with all of the like sky rises and all the pollution. Not a lot of sunlight gets in actually. I find that when I go over to Shenzhen or to Hong Kong, I'm more likely to get a tan or get sunburned, but in Guangzhou, it just doesn't really happen like that. This is another funny question from Tao2869 who says, sorry, but I can't help but thinking your parents are involved in some kind of espionage. Well, you guys, I've been found out. It's come to the day where I've been found out because yes, they are involved in espionage. My parents are both international spies and they're really good at their job. They've been doing that for the past, oh wait, I'm not allowed to tell you guys this. Okay, sorry. Forget I said anything. That's a funny question because I've been asked that question before. People are like, you speak Chinese and you also speak English and then you also were born in Russia. Like, are you like some kind of like international spy or something? I like to think that. I don't mind if you think that either. Like, let's just go with that. I'm just gonna rebrand my channel to International Spy. But honestly, if I was some kind of international spy, like why would I even be allowed in China, you know? CCCC12110 asks, where is your loyalty? Are you feeling patriotic to America? This is something that I've also been asked quite a few times. And I think it's very difficult to say. I mean, of course, like my heart feels connected to here because I spent all of my years here. Like if I'm in a group where there's like Americans and then like Chinese Americans or Americans and Chinese, I find myself being more drawn to the Chinese, especially if they have studied abroad, like in the US or the UK, because they have that understanding of Chinese culture, but then they also have like that international understanding and also have that idea of what it's like to like be in a different country and not growing up, but like spending a lot of time in a different country like that. So I find that I'm more drawn to these kinds of people. But if there was like a war or something or some kind of situation, I know that I don't have any rights in China. I know that I will not be like protected because I'm not Chinese. So I think that I would have to go where I'm accepted and where I'm taken, like where I can go freely with like my American passport or my Polish passport. So I don't think that I would be very welcome here, you know, let's be honest. Another question from HHWin2198. What kind of visa do you use to stay as long as you have? I'm curious, I'm thinking about moving to China. Okay, so the thing is that if you are a spouse of someone working in China, if you are a child of someone working in China, you will be on a family visa. So as a kid, I was on a family visa up until I was 18. Then when I was 18, I was on a student visa. And then now that I am working, I'm on a work visa. So yeah, that's just how it is. I'm on a work visa right now. And you know, you renew that every year, every 2 years. It's just a basic visa. I just got this really yummy huajiao bagel. So it's like made with Chinese peppercorns. Looking forward to trying that, and some coffee because I've actually been going at it all day. I haven't had lunch yet. This is what happens when you get distracted in a pretty Chinese market and you're trying to film at the same time. Nothing's gonna get done and you're gonna like run until you get yourself really exhausted. So like I have to remember to like eat something. But yeah, let's see if there's any other questions that we haven't covered yet. Oh my gosh, the peppercorns are so good. That is a really good bagel. So I was just told by the Baoan that I'm not allowed to film here, which is just like to film. And I was like, why? And he was just like, I don't know. And so like, okay, thanks for the guidance. Now I'm looking for somewhere where I can film the rest of this Q&A. without getting in anyone's way and without getting scolded by the baoan. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, we found our next location. It's a pretty little park. I can hear the birds chirping. And our next question is one that a lot of you guys have been asking since 2022, actually. You guys have been asking what happened to the person who you knew to be my partner and why he's not in any of my content. The answer to that is we actually broke up in November 2022, and I'm not going to go into any details about what was going on in the relationship or what happened that caused me to make this very difficult decision, but yeah, I mean, it's something that's very difficult to talk about, especially because he was my first serious partner and we spent 5 years together. So it is something that's very difficult to talk about, but it has to be addressed that we are no longer together. And even though, regardless of what happened, I still wish him the best. I don't want anyone to go and try to like track him down or badmouth him or anything like that. I think that the hardest part for me is I really liked his family, but at the end of the day, you're in a relationship with the person, not their family. So the choices that you make have to be based off of that. Leaving a long-term relationship is always hard, regardless of the circumstances. And you spend a lot of time rediscovering yourself and who you are outside of that relationship, and so much, you know, reflection, and you really rediscover your identity and you learn to trust yourself again. And that's exactly what I've been doing the past 3 years. And now I'm already at the point where I'm looking forward to what the future holds and excited for things to come. I always loved going on these swings when I was younger. We have a question from JR speaking. What brought your American father and Polish mother to China in the beginning, and what made them decide to stay to raise their children there? There was another question asking, by comparison with Western countries, what did you think of your father's decision to keep your growth in China, right or wrong? Those are some very good questions. So good that they actually warrant their own videos. So I'm gonna make another video doing a deep dive into what brought my parents to China in the first place, all the way back in 1999. And you're gonna be expecting that video next week. So stay tuned for that. I know that this was a more vulnerable, more casual style video, but I hope we're doing more of those in the future, and also at the same time taking you around, showing you what life is like here. In the meantime, make sure you check out this video about what I loved about growing up in China, and like and subscribe to stay tuned for next week's video, where we cover what brought my family to China in the first place and how do I feel about my parents' decision to do so. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.